Hi, everyone, and welcome. It's very exciting because this is our first video in our Healthy and Harmonious Lifestyle YouTube channel. And today we're going to be talking about organic and seasonal produce and how very important it is to purchase organic fruits and veggies over non-organic. Our foods should be nourishing and safe to eat. And the EWG.org, or the Environmental Working Group, puts out a list every year, and in this case, it'll be 2024. This is the Shopper's Guide to Pesticides in Produce. The Environmental Working Group puts out a list, again, every year. So you want to ensure that every year, every January, you get the new list because it does potentially change. They list the Dirty Dozen, which has the highest amount of pesticides, and the Clean 15. My suggestion, and of course it is my suggestion, to always try to buy organic as much as possible. However, sometimes that is not possible, or you might feel that financially you cannot afford to buy all organic. I just want to remind you, though, that as you eat non-organic produce that includes high pesticides, these toxins go into your body and they do not get detoxed or eliminated out of your body. They get stored in the organs and the liver, and over many years, it then impacts your health. So you might be paying a little bit more in the beginning, but in the long run, it is to ensure that you have a healthy physical body and mind. You do not want to have health problems based on the consumption of what you're eating and drinking. So let us discuss what the Dirty Dozen is. The Dirty Dozen, as I had mentioned, has the highest amount of pesticides in the year 2024. And these include strawberries, spinach, kale, collard, and mustard greens, grapes, peaches, pears, nectarines, apples, bell and hot peppers, cherries, blueberries, greens, and green beans. Now, if at all possible, please do so buy organic produce in this Dirty Dozen category, or at least abstain from purchasing them because, again, they do have the highest amount of pesticides. Now, if you do not have availability or you don't want to spend the extra money, the Clean 15 have the least amount of pesticides. And so you are, generally safe in buying non-organic in the list of the Clean 15. This includes in the year 2024, sweet corn, avocados, pineapple, onions, papaya, sweet peas, asparagus, honeydew, melon, kiwi, cabbage, watermelon, mushrooms, mango, sweet potatoes, and carrots. And as I said, they're not always available in, across the country, depending on where you live, what area, small town, large city. Where I currently live, they do not have an abundance of organic fruits and vegetables. And so I go around trying to find as much as I possibly can. And I do buy non-organic, um, where they are part of the Clean 15 and they're not available in the organic. And the Dirty Dozen I do not buy unless they are organic. And another thought about when you buy fruits and veggies, your seasonal produce plays a major part of how you purchase the produce. Now, the produce at your local grocery store has potentially traveled halfway around the world to get here. And obviously, they have been out of the ground for quite some time before they actually get to the grocery store and even before you purchase them. This food requires substantial transportation, fuel, and possibly chemical and unnecessary plastics to preserve it on its long journey. And these plastics include the wrapping and the packaging that the produce go in that you buy. If you think about eating seasonally, this means we get fresher produce, more nutrients, we support local farmers and food networks such as CSAs, and contribute to a lower carbon footprint. These benefits serve all of us. It serves us to eat healthy, our families, it supports the farmers, and when you shop locally, the produce does not have to be labeled organic. If you speak to your local farmers, asking them how they grow their produce, do they use pesticides? And a lot of times, local farmers do not use pesticides, but they can't get the organic stamp because it's a very difficult procedure and process to get that label of organics. So if you speak to your local farmers, your farmer markets, and find out how they grow their food, most likely they will not be grown with pesticides. And if you purchase seasonally, you're going to be getting more fresh fruit and vegetables because they are going to be local and not shipped all over the world. Some of the Northern Hemisphere produce is asparagus, broccoli, cauliflower, kumquats, mushrooms, grapefruit, avocado, cabbage, kale, lemon, radish, and rhubarbs. In the Southern Hemisphere, you will find apple, guava, citrus, pomegranate, beetroot, silver beet, grapes, kiwi fruit, persimmons, Asian greens, fennel, and ginger. And this is just to name some. I mean, obviously, this is not a list of an entirety of fruits and vegetables, but just to give you an idea, if you live in the Southern Hemisphere or the Northern Hemisphere, and to want to purchase locally. Of course, we all want to at sometimes eat more exotic fruits and vegetables, but generally speaking, if you really can find the local farmers, the local seasonal produce, and of course, best of all, to do your own farming. Even if you live in an apartment, you can grow fruits and veggies on a balcony, on a patio. If you have a little yard, you can grow a tremendous amount of produce in a small space. So remember, if you can grow your own fruits and vegetables, you know what is in that dirt, you know what is in the water, you know what you're growing. It is the same thing as when you are cooking or preparing food. If you buy from farm to table, that's one ingredient. You know what that is. If you make your food with those fruits and veggies and you add your own ingredients, one ingredient at a time, where you know where it comes from. Is it gluten-free? Is it sugar-free? Or using juices to add um, sweetness to whatever you're cooking, you're baking. So remember, whatever you can do to help yourself and your family, your community, to really consider what you are eating, what you are consuming, what you are drinking, that everything comes from either with pesticides or as much as possible, no pesticides, looking at your organic produce versus your non-organic, and being able to purchase, clean and healthy food. I hope this was helpful, and I'd love to hear your comments. This is, again, the very first video, so I'm excited, and there will be more that will be coming. We will have a schedule Monday and Wednesdays where we will be putting out videos. So I'm wishing all of you the most beautiful and blessed day, and until next time, please take care and feed yourself as healthy as possible.